Hey, Natalie. So glad that you could join me today for the consultation for the online fitness and nutrition coaching program for women.
Yeah,
And
so excited.
I'm so glad you're excited. And I just want to answer all of your questions today. First of all, though, I just would love to ask you a little bit about like your health and fitness journey,
Yeah.
where you're at, and just tell me a little bit about what you're hoping to get out of it.
Okay, so just an overall or like
Yes.
what? Okay. Um, so I'd say I'm not sedentary because I go to the park and I play with my kids every day. And we also do walks around the block that usually take like 30 minutes. However, I'm with toddlers, so it's not super strenuous, like it is a slower pace. It is uphill. But then as far as actually working out, I'm gonna say 2 to 4 times a month max. So if I do 1 time a week, like that's actually really good, um, which is not good enough. So I have gained weight during COVID and I would like to lose it. So I realized that I actually have to focus on some sort of a plan, probably take a look at my eating. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen.
Okay, awesome. So it's perfect because I designed this for busy women who might have kids or just busy jobs and have a hard time really setting aside just the time for like a big workout in the gym or even like a 30-minute workout at home sometimes can feel overwhelming because there's just so many things to do on the to-do list.
Yeah.
So what it looks like is you get an email every day of the week, like weekday, and all you have to do is read the email. Um, for really busy people, I even say if you just read just the subject and that's
Okay.
all you have time for that day, it'll still speak to you and it will encourage you to make healthy choices for that day. And then the emails just build on each other in sequence. Does that sound like something doable?
So the emails, are they more geared towards nutrition or exercise or both?
They are both. So, what I've noticed just in my time of teaching people about exercise is that oftentimes just their nutritional habits will undermine their exercise efforts.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I start with nutrition. Um, this particular program gets you on a bit of an exercise rhythm
Okay.
for the first, I think it's 3 weeks. It's just like getting walking and doing a little bit of core exercise and just getting your motivation for that. And
Yeah.
then it starts to teach the nutritional principles that will support that so that you've sort of set a bit of an activity level. And then we look at nutrition and then we're going to come back and we're going to look deeper at like what exercises are going to benefit your body specifically and start customizing it.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So it's direction and also maybe some recipes or at least some suggestions for food and whatnot.
Definitely some recipes. Once the foundation is set, I'm going to say it's about 2 months into the program, then I start sending recipes. So there's one new recipe a week. Takes a little while to just like set sort of like the educational principles of what you want to do, but there's definitely recipes. And I'm hoping to post all my recipes on my blog eventually. So they'll be there at any time.
Easily accessible. That's good.
Yeah.
How long is the program? Because you said 2 months in, you send the recipes.
Yeah. So the program is you can go for as long as you want on a month to month basis. I have a year set out. And so a
Oh
lot of,
wow.
yeah. So a lot of my clients, like after you do the year, I just say like, look, if you, there's quite a bit of content in it, if you want to repeat the, like go again, invite a friend and go again and do the year again, or, or just be like, oh, I've learned what I need to learn and just move on. So, or you can do it for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 months or whatever works for you. Whenever you feel like you've got what you wanted to get out of it and move on.
So we originally met because I attended some of your classes at one of the fitness facilities. And that's awesome. Fitness facilities been open, closed, that sort of thing. But like, how are you going to know if I am doing well, or is this all based on my own motivation and accountability to meet my goals?
Totally. So I will teach you how you can measure your own goals. But one thing that I highly recommend for everybody for accountability, because that's the biggest thing, is accountability. Like, who is going to keep me to this? Is I recommend that everybody invites a friend to do it with them.
Good idea.
Okay. So that, and I even in the program say, like, call your friend and ask them, did you do your workout today? And then there's actually directions and like guiding conversations to have with your friend. Because sometimes you could invite a friend and then both of you are like, oh, let's just go, get McDonald's together.
That could happen.
So you can do that, or you can invite more than one friend. It's up to you. It's everything that I offer is all just recommendations, right? It's all just teaching principles of how to make healthy choices for your body. And it's just a step-by-step approach. Okay. So if the thought of like inviting a friend is like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, this is like my me time. This is my own thing. Then that's that. But if you're the type of person that's like, you want to invite the neighborhood to do it with you, then you can do that as well. It just depends on some people need more accountability than others, but that's where I recommend you get accountability from. Also, at any point, you can book a one-on-one session with me at any point. Yeah. You just have to, in the emails, it links to my calendar. If you're like, I don't know, you just book a session and any questions, I can just answer them then.
Yeah, because I'm interested in having you look at my food journal. Like when I realized that I had gained the weight, I started doing a food journal. And to be honest, when I first started doing it, I was snacking more, and then just the act of doing it has me to curb that a little bit, which is great. But now I'm realizing that sometimes I'm actually not even eating that much, but I'm still not losing the weight. I think I've maybe lost a little bit because my jeans feel a little better. So I do need some outside perspective on what I'm eating, and maybe it's the wrong time of day. I just need some help there as well.
Totally. It's gonna like totally show you how to do all that. But I know it's so frustrating when you feel like you've reduced your eating and it's like you're not getting the results that you want.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it is just picking up a little bit of exercise and putting on a little bit of muscle and like getting the synergy. But basically, I'll just tell you the technique that I teach is when you food journal, I have you like analyze, like you write down what you ate in a day and what you did for exercise. And I have you weigh yourself the next day and then do it again. And then if your weight goes up or it goes down, then you know if what you're doing with your body is like helping you accomplish the goals that you're looking towards. Another thing that I teach is measuring body composition as opposed to weight. So sometimes our regular bathroom scales are just our weights, which can be affected by water. And if you build muscle, because muscle weighs more than fat. So you could be shrinking in size because you're losing body fat, but gaining muscle. And your bathroom scale tells you that you're gaining weight. Right. And so part of this is just even just the education of teaching how to look at the results of your measurements and analyze them against your lifestyle habits. And so what happens is you start to see like what lifestyle habits are contributing to what results. And then you can say, when I do that, it works. When I do that, I want to avoid that. And so it's just a day by day sort of step by step process. But I'd be happy to have a look at your food journal too. Just sit down and like go, right, cut that out, eat more of that. This is the time of day and stuff like that.
So who have you seen that this has worked for them? Like what kind of results have you seen in general with your program?
So awesome. Such a good question. So my first client that I had a year ago she is 63 and she had been working with a personal trainer for about a year and a half because she had gained about 20 pounds over 18 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So it just was like kind of hit a point where she went like, oh my gosh, like I need to change. So with the personal trainer, she got really strong. She lost a few inches, but could never seem to really like get a handle on her like having the excess body fat. And
Yeah.
so after all this time with the trainer, and he gave her a diet and everything, and it just like the diet he gave her wasn't working. And so she joined Weight Watchers because she thought maybe I need to just look a little bit closer at what I'm eating and like look, take another angle of it. And so after 1 month of Weight Watchers, she lost a pound,
Oh, wow.
which isn't bad.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
something,
not
right?
not a ton. Yeah.
But then that's when she joined my program. And within 1 month in my program, she lost 10 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really,
That's amazing.
it was actually, and that's not everybody. I know not all my
Yeah.
clients does that happen to. For her, it was just timing. It was
Yeah.
like everything sort of aligned in her life, and she was just like really like ready, and just circumstances outside of the program and just helped her accomplish that, but it's possible. So
She like was her success based on nutrition primarily, or was she able to like keep up a good active lifestyle as well?
so for the first like 8 months, she continued with her personal trainer. So it was
Okay.
mostly nutrition that we were looking at, is just
Good.
tweaking the nutrition. And after a while, I mean, with COVID and gyms and stuff, but also just I was giving her fitness tips. So she was able to eventually come off on her own and make her own workouts. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Okay.
it is really cool. Yeah, I've had other clients lose up to 12 pounds in like 3 months.
Wow.
So it kind of depends. It depends on where you're starting and where you're going. I had a client who was just like she was actually in a healthy range of body fat percentage, but looking more for just learning more about health and healthy eating habits, just concerned about keeping her body healthy as she ages.
Right. Yeah.
And she ended up like losing 5 pounds, not really trying to lose weight, but just was like, oh, I guess it was just like those last 5 pounds, Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
yeah. So kind of depends, where some people might think like, well, that's 5 pounds. Like that's not very much, but it just depends on your body, where you're coming
Yeah.
from, and lots of factors.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Okay, well, let's try it.
Okay, awesome. So to sign up, I'll put all the details in the description below, but you're just going to go to my website. At the bottom, it says there's a little like PayPal, like choose your package thing. And you just click choose your package. And this particular package is Experience Optimal Health. So you just choose that. It's going to take you through the PayPal account. You can unsubscribe anytime. Like you just go to your PayPal account and just go like end. And when you unsubscribe, you'll just stop getting the emails right away. And when you subscribe, you'll start getting them right away. So
Cool.
yeah, awesome. Well, I'm super excited for you, and can't wait to see the results you get.
Yeah, it's time. It's summer. Let's do it.
Yay. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me, Natalie, and I'll be in touch soon.
Thanks for your time, Chrissy. Bye.
Okay. Bye.